Okay, good morning. This is Derek Dodge with Interstate Roofing. I'm conducting a repair attempt at the Wade residence. So, we've done a repair on that slope and on this slope. So we should do one on this slope. I'm going to look for a shingle that is wind damaged and by itself and gives me enough room to write out what I need to write out. There's a lot that are like right next to each other. Here we go. So we've got a wind damaged shingle. Let me make sure the camera can see it. Yeah. Okay. So, got the wind damaged shingle, clear crease, and the tar strip's been broken. Let's try to find out what course it belongs to. Okay, so I can see a seam right there. So I'm going to denote the shingle with an X, and I'm going to identify the course that it belongs to. It's also important that when you're looking for a shingle to repair, that the two courses above are not damaged. And as we can clearly see, no damage, no lifting. So we are on 3351 Post Oak Tritt. It is the front slope. This is the third repair. And it is the 12th of July, 2024. And like I said, we're at the Wade residence. Okay. So let me take some overviews and close-ups. As we can clearly see, there is no present damage to any of the shingles other than the one that has been denoted by the X. So I wanted to address some of the notes that management left in the last email. Said that we lifted the shingles above a 45-degree angle. Just completely not true, but I totally understand why that might have appeared to look that way. The camera was standing right there and the angle was such that it looks like it. I brought a speed square so that we can determine what 45 degrees is. Now obviously, like 45 degrees on a flat surface would be right here. So 45 on this roof, this is a already damaged shingle, so it doesn't matter. So it's right there. That's 45 degrees. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna take some photos of what 45 degrees lifted up looks like, but you can clearly see that that's 45. One of the adjusters on the phone said I lifted it above a 90. A 90 would obviously be up to here, so that's just not what happened. No problem. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break the adhesive tar strips. We're gonna remove the old nails. We're gonna take out the old shingle. We're gonna replace it with a like-in-kind quality shingle, refasten it to the roof, and then inspect whether or not consequential damage has happened as a result of this repair. Now that we have this as a frame of reference, 45 degrees is right here. So anything more than that is lifting too high. So I will not be lifting the shingles above a 45-degree angle, and I will not be lifting them any more than is necessary, so I'm not over manipulating them. There's also something in the email that said, if you lift any shingles, it will cause cracking and creasing. I'm going to show that with the brand new shingle, I can lift it 45 degrees and it doesn't crease. So just want to address the points in the email, you know, without being nasty. I know everyone's just trying to do their job, but I am the repair expert in this field. So I am going to begin the repairs. So obviously we don't need to break the tar strip off of this shingle, but we do need to do these ones and these ones. So you can just kind of feel them pop. It's nice and cool outside. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's maybe 70 degrees outside, so it's not too warm, it's not too cold. There you go. Let me just make sure that the camera's getting the angles at all times, the proper ones. This is going to be a longer video just because I'm trying to address the issues at hand, make sure that everyone knows that I'm doing this repair in good faith. Removing the nail. My time. That was a blowout. Like even having to dig up in this second row, like none of this is a 45-degree angle. Okay, so now that the tar strips have been popped and the nails have been removed, this should just come out. We don't see any tearing in the old shingle. I'm going to replace it with a like and kind quality shingle. Okay. So let's do this. Let's look at what 45 is. Let's look at what 40 is. That's 40 degrees right there. So 40 degrees is right there. So I can put my trusty speed square right there. That's 40 degrees. It's not 45. I'm actually able to take my mag hatch, try not to hit the speed square. So you can see that I am not lifting these shingles above a 45. And I'm able to do that with my mag hatch. I know that you guys like the roofing snakes, but when a roof's not repairable, you trade damage up here for damage down here, because the amount of force that you have to nail down here so that the nail can be nailed up there, it causes a lot of pressure down here. So you're just trading damage and failure from the bottom, because we would know it would fail on the top to the bottom. So we think that if a roof isn't repairable, it's not repairable, and it doesn't matter what tool you use. And we're on roofs every day, so this is just what we use. Again, we're not above a 45. Still able to nail the shingle down. I'm nailing the shingle down and also not damaging any of the other shingles. Like, I'm not striking the shingle with the hammer. I'm hitting the nail. There's not no damage. And he's got this big gaping hole, so I'm going to go to the left of it. Let me pull that, because looks like we've got a non-nailable surface. We might have some water rot right there, so let me try to get that into a better spot. I want it to actually hold. And this is not a hammer, this is a magnetic hatchet. This is a roofer's hatchet. There we go. That's a nailable surface, and we're good. Did not lift it above a 45. Just a couple more nails. There we go. Couple more nails. Last one. So not once did this hammer strike a shingle, causing more damage. Not once did I lift the shingles above a 45. And we can see some consequential damage that happens as a result of the aging condition of this roof. So, as you can see right here, this shingle, you can clearly see the creasing across the top because the matting has fractured. Wipe my hands across the top. You can see clearly the granules dislodge. I wanted to address that note from Travis in the email that said you could lift any shingle and cause cracking and popping. So I'm going to lift this shingle. That's higher than a 45. And look, when the matting is not fractured, you see how there's tension when it comes back down? Wipe my hands across the top, and we don't see any cracking. We don't see any popping. There's no granule loss. I'm not softening my wipe across. So when a roof is repairable, when the shingle is new and it's not brittle, it won't do it. But because this is old and brittle, the matting has fractured. We've got the clear crease. Let's look to see if there's others. So this one, you can kind of see a crease. I won't call that a failure. We can see a lot of granule loss, but I'm not going to call that a failure because this doesn't feel like a sticky note. Let's go to this one. Same thing. This one looks good. This one definitely feels like it's fractured. It's really bouncy. It's like a sticky note. Wipe our hands across the top. As we can see, clear creasing. So this has creased and failed. Let's look at this one. This one looks good. So the matting is not fractured, so there's not a clear crease and there's not clear granule loss. This one looks fine as well. You can see a little bit. That could be just blistering and aging condition. Just wear and tear. This one, okay, we've got sticky note status. I'm not lifting the shingle above a 45 degree. I'm lifting it to about a 30. We go across the top and we can see the clear creasing. So there is a difference, right? When a shingle is not repairable, the matting will fracture. The fracture causes the granules to dislodge. It's the fracturing of the fiberglass that causes the granules to dislodge. It is not the lifting of the shingle. See, I'll lift this one. I lifted that one higher than a 45, and we don't see any creasing. So that disproves what Travis was saying. Not trying to be argumentative or anything, but I am the guy that gets on the roofs all the time. This is a 20-year-old roof. What I believe is, I believe that you think that this roof is younger than it is. This roof is 20 years old. The customer has receipts dating back to 2005 was when this roof was replaced. So it's 19 years old. The aging condition of this roof dictates that this roof isn't repairable, because in attempting to repair this wind damage shingle, we have caused creasing, creasing, creasing. I hope that dispels any question on the repairability of this roof. Now, I know that repairability plays a part. We wouldn't have to repair this roof if there wasn't storm damage. Storm damage that Allstate has acknowledged. Because we're attempting to repair storm damage that Allstate acknowledged, and we can't repair it, because if we do repair it, we're going to cause more damage in the process. The only next logical step for us to take is a full roof replacement. I'm going to be showing this video to the Wades. I am going to be uploading this to YouTube. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to give me a call. My number will be in the contact sheet. Thank you so much. What I'm going to be doing now is putting an emergency tarp over this repair, just like I did for the other ones, to protect the Wades from any future leaks. And that will conclude this. Have a great rest of your day.